everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and I bet you weren't expecting to see me today. Or maybe you were, maybe you didn't see my last video, because I do normally post on Fridays. But I'm here today, and I wanted to explain why. Every morning, and I have for years, I wake up earlier before everyone else so that I can have some quiet time in my Bible. I read scripture, devotionals, that kind of thing, and just have some quiet time in the Word and in prayer. And it'll be, changes with the seasons on what I'm kind of focusing on and that kind of thing. But recently, I have really been feeling a pull to just trust more. To trust God more in all aspects of my life, not just the big things, but even in the little things. And when I made the announcement, so just to clarify, I had made an announcement earlier this week. I was just going to post Tuesday and Wednesday because I had kind of a special collaboration that went out on Wednesday. But when I do, YouTube gets used to me posting on Tuesdays and Fridays twice a week. And when I post more frequently, because that's not my norm, it throws their algorithms off. And then that usually makes my numbers plummet. Because as of right now, my views, if I look at my analytics, my views, only about half of the people that are viewing my videos are subscribers. So the algorithm pushes me in front of people that aren't subscribers, I'm pretty sure. I really don't know, to be honest. I'm not a complete techie by any stretch of the word. But I've noticed in months where I have done a lot of 3-week posts out of the normal, those have been really low months for my analytics, which then converts over to ad dollars, the money that I bring in with ads, that kind of thing. So anyway, with the income that I make on the channel, basically. So I had decided, well, I'll just do 2 posts and it'll just be on Wednesday instead of Friday this week. Well, I was definitely having, in my quiet time, a push for me just to trust God and not to worry about the algorithms and just to post today. So I am, as little and as silly as it may sound, I am stepping out on faith and just gonna post one today on Friday, and I'm just gonna start trusting God a lot more, just in the small things in life, in all areas of my life. So that is what today is. That, and I had also mentioned on Tuesday, I believe, that I had gone thrifting over the weekend because this past weekend was the first Saturday of the month, which if you were in the US is half price day for Goodwill stores. And I have a really good friend that we really enjoy thrifting together, and we actually went with our daughters this time, and it was so much fun. We were out thrifting from I think 9:30 in the morning until about 1:30 in the afternoon. We went to 2 different Goodwills, but the 4 of us, our daughters are the same. Her younger daughter and then my daughter are the same age, and they've been in Girl Scouts together and in class together, and they're good buddies. And so the 4 of us went thrifting and hit Starbucks. I mean, it was just a fun girls shopping day, basically, for really good prices. So I had mentioned that, and I had a ton of you say that you were interested in seeing my haul and hearing what I kind of plan to do with it. Because when I'm thrifting for myself, most of the time I'm thrifting with the eyes of like refashioning or just using it as fabric. Although I do have 3 items here that I'm actually just going to be doing some small alterations to, and then just wearing as is. Actually 2 that I am just going to wear as is. 1 I'm going to do some small alterations to. So I thought I would share that haul with you today. But before we get started, I left my cheat sheet. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I had a cheat sheet because I've got 3 announcements for you, and I left my cheat sheet upstairs. Okay, so 3 announcements for you. First announcement, Susan from Smuggler's Daughter contacted me, and she is in the process of moving to Seattle. And so she has a site-wide sale for 30% off right now. There's no code necessary. She just asked if I would just let you guys know, which totally, I mean, sales, yes. So Smuggler's Daughter, and I will leave a link down to her webpage below. I get no commission, nothing off of this, but she has a fantastic fabric store. It's just got some really interesting and neat pieces. But anyway, her entire site is 30% off, and if you live in the US, if you spend over $100, you get free shipping within the continental US. So that is definitely also incentive to just go take a look and see what she's got. Now this sale is good through the 18th. That she's taking orders to the 18th, and then she's closing shop for I think 4 to 6 weeks while she does move. So definitely, I mean anything I think placed through the 18th will be processed and mailed out. But that's kind of when the shop I think is temporarily closing while she moves house. So anyway, through the 18th, and I will say another reminder of this probably on Tuesday, because the 18th is next Wednesday. So anyway, definitely want to check that out. Number 2, Jane from Loopy Mabel's Closet, who is another YouTube vlogger, sewing vlogger, and she also does a lot of crochet, and I will link her channel down below. She and Rosie from Rosie Sews Modern Vintage, excuse me, tickle in my throat. They have started a hashtag, and she reached out to me and asked if I would say something on the channel, and it's such a cute idea. So the hashtag, and I'll write it across the front here, and I'll also put it in the description box, is swap, share, sew. And I will also leave a link to her video down below where she's explaining kind of what it is. But basically, it's just a frugal way of sewing. It's a way of connecting with people. So, and I think she even said in her video that they would be happy to connect you with people if you didn't have any sewing friends online or otherwise that you kind of knew. But the idea is that you pick some fabric from your stash and some patterns that you've not yet sewn, but that are sitting in your stash, and you let the other person pick which pattern you're going to sew with which fabric. And then that other person pulls things from their own haberdashery, such as trims, buttons, zippers, that kind of thing, and sends them to you. So really the only cost in this is postage, which it might be, I mean, you don't have to do it within your own country. I mean, if you don't mind paying a little extra postage, that's fine too. But the thought is then you have to use whatever that haberdashery is on your project. So you're using your own fabric and pattern that they kind of pick which one you're using, and then you use their haberdashery to create a beautiful garment. And the whole idea behind it is that then every time you wear that garment, you have a little piece of that person on you, and it gets you to know your sewing community a little bit better too, which I think is amazing. So if you do contact her, I'm sure they can help pair people up maybe. So maybe you could meet someone that you've never known. It might be just really fun. So I thought that was a really cute idea, and I told her I would definitely mention it here on this channel. So I'll leave all the information for that down below as well. And then finally, we're in the middle of, or actually towards the end of my module that I'm creating with the sewing workshop and their patterns and fabric. And as you know, I just have the jacket left to show you, and actually it is constructed and I'm looking at it. I'm waiting on the lining fabric that arrives tomorrow. So I just have to pop the lining into it, so it should be all ready to go for a video on Tuesday, and then I'll show you the final lookbook. But they have put together a bundle of all the patterns that I've used. So if you're interested, let's see, I think it's the Mix It top, shirt, and tank, which was the first video I showed you, the Liberty shirt, which I turned into a t-shirt. I made it out of knit. The pencil pants, the Valencia, which actually the Valencia is a jacket and a pair of pants, but I only made the pair of pants, and then the Brando jacket. So it's 5 patterns total, because I made 2 tops out of the Mix It. Anyway, they put a bundle of those 5 patterns together, and it's called the Tomcat bundle on their website, and I'll leave a link down below, but I think you get a little bit of a discount if you buy all 5 patterns together. I don't get any kickback off that, no commission for that, but I do want to say that they are offering that special if that's something that you're interested in. And they're also offering 30% off. There's some exclusions apply, but they're offering 30% off on their fabric store for my viewers through the end of September, so through September 30th. And it's, again, 30% off. They've got some gorgeous things. I mean, you've seen everything that I've used of theirs. It's just, everything has just been really top quality fabric. And some of their, sorry. It's close by right now, so I can just turn that ringer off. Forget to do that. But some of their stuff is a little bit pricier. For instance, I made one of my, sorry, it's over here, so I keep glancing at it. I made one of my mix-it blouses out of a gorgeous watercolor linen that I think is like $32 a yard. Now the shirt, I got away with making that shirt out of just a hair, like a yard and a quarter, I think. But with 30% off, you know, if that's something that was a little more expensive, more money than you might want to spend, that 30% off makes it a lot more affordable. So anyway, the code for that is SewCat, and I'll pop that, cat with a K, pop that right here. But again, that's good through the 30th, and I'll mention that a few more times as we're going through this module as well. All right, that's everything. All housekeeping out of the way. I'll show you my thrifting haul. All right, so we went to 2 different Goodwills here in our area. We have a favorite Goodwill. And it's a little bit bigger, and they usually have some really good stuff in there. But we go to that one, and then we went to our second favorite one. Again, it was half price day. I was there really not looking for much, although once we got in there, my daughter is playing golf this fall. Well, she's played golf for a few falls now, but she is really into it, and they have a certain uniform for golfing that you need to wear, which most of the little girls have on. Little girls, she's almost 13, but they wear the sports skirts. So they're the shorts with the sports skirt over it. That's very common. And then they have to have a collared shirt on. Also, as the weather cools, so she plays through October. So obviously, you know, I think it was 95 here on Tuesday, which is insane heat, even for like mid heat of the summer here. So especially here in September, but it was 95 on Tuesday, but in October, it could be definite jacket weather. So I was also looking for just some quarter zips, because that's also okay, like the athletic little quarter zips. Anyway, I was able to find her 5 sports skirts, 2 golf shirts, and 2 quarter zips. So that was part of my haul. She picked out, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 tops for the winter, and a pair of jeans. A lavender skinny pair of jeans that are like I can't remember now, Warp and Weft I think is the name of them, but they're a designer brand. But they're like a pale lavender. They're so pretty. They fit her wonderfully. It's just a skinny jean. So that was all her stuff, and I kind of felt like I bought a lot of stuff for her, but then I'm looking at this and I'm like, no, I got myself a lot too. So I spent a total of $55. So I got all of that stuff for her, and then this is the stuff I got. So these are the 2 things that I am not doing anything with. I bought these, fell in love with them, they fit me as is. Number 1 is this suede skirt. Okay, it is a chocolate brown, which, as you all know, is a color that I'm using for this fall. It's 100% suede, and it's got, can you see the seaming on that? As you get down low, I'm gonna cough again. Drink of water. It's got some seaming down here, so it's almost like it's fitted through to the seaming, and then it has like almost a mermaidy. So it's got the flare out here, and the seam goes, you can kind of see it goes diagonal. Sorry, it's really dark, the chocolate brown, but it is 100% suede. It is lined, fully lined. It has elastic in the back, which we all know with my weight fluctuations is amazing. And then there's a little zipper and button there in the back. It just has really interesting seaming on the front of the skirt. And again, so it's kind of fitted and flares out. It's a little longer than midi on me, so I can't decide. It's just a cut hem here on the bottom, so I can't decide if I just want to. I hate to cut too much of the flare off though, because that kind of gives it the zhuzh factor, but I might just take a couple inches off so it's a little bit more midi on me. But again, this still had the tags on it. This had the tags on it from whenever it was purchased, and so I don't know that it's even been worn. I mean, would you wear it with the tags on it? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they wore it and then were planning. It was a big tag though, a big old tag. But it looked old, like maybe it had been in someone's closet for quite a while. Anyway, $2. I paid $2 for this suede skirt. And I mean, when I initially grabbed it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want that for the parts, because it's a very long skirt. And I thought that would be amazing. But then I tried it on and I said, nope, I am wearing that as is. It's amazing. It fits me fantastically. I mean, that's gonna get a ton of wear. So that was item number 1 that's gonna be worn as is. Number 2 is this gorgeous blazer. Look at the fabric on that and the colors. It has like a blue and kind of a pale aqua. I mean, really, this is the color of my eyes, this kind of aqua-y color. And it's got the browns in there. And again, I've been wanting to wear the browns. It's a single-breasted coat. It's got all of the pockets. It's oversized. So this is, and it's a petite. It is a Talbot's, I think. Yes, a Talbot's, but it's a Talbot's petite, so I don't have to do anything to the shoulder or the sleeves. The sleeves fit me great. Again, it's a little boxier, but that's kind of the boyfriend style. And it's got this gorgeous like sage green lining that I think would be really cute rolled up. just to kind of really make this as like a slouchy blazer with jeans. And again, it fits me really well. So those 2 items are going to be worn as is. I'm not going to do anything else with them. All right, now these I did not buy on Saturday. I actually bought these on Tuesday night. I took my son to his church life group and he had to go late because of a soccer thing. And so anyway, it ended up only being like 45 minutes that he was gonna be there. And I didn't want to drive all the way back home just to have to be home for 15 minutes and turn around. So I was tooling around in that area because we're on one side of our town and this was on the far other side of the town. So I was just kind of tooling around that side of town and I was like, oh, I'll just pop back into Goodwill. And actually, I really did go in there because when I brought all of this athletic stuff home for his sister, he was like, well, did you find anything for me? And I hadn't even looked. And he's in men's sizes now, so I thought, well, I'll just pop in there and see if they've got any like athletic quarter zips. Athletic pants are, I don't think you can ever find at Goodwill, mostly because, especially boys, tear those up. I mean, there's no salvaging a pair. I mean, my son has completely annihilated any of his athletic pants before he's even outgrown them most of the time. Usually he's coming in, they may be getting a little short, but really the knees are all blown out and everything else. But I was looking for quarter zips, didn't find anything for him, but I found a pair, I just hope the color comes off, of green suede pants. Folks, look at these. Is the color coming across? Yes. There you go. So they've got these front welt pockets that gape out a little bit when I wear it, but it doesn't bother me a lot. And the elastic, a completely elastic waist. They are a skinny legged pant. They're a little too long on me, but again, I mean, they just have this, it's just like glued down, the hem. I actually have a leather needle on my machine right now, so I could very easily alter any of this leather right now. But I do need to take the hem up because I want them to be ankle skimming. But yes, they are just a pair of skinny straight pants with an elastic waist. Now the elastic is starting to give out. I can tell it's probably old. I paid $5 for these with tax. But the suede is in fantastic shape. I mean, these are going to cost me, 10 times as much to have them dry cleaned than what I paid. Like easily probably $50 to have these dry cleaned. But I just couldn't pass them up. They're just amazing. And the color, I mean, I just wish, yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm trying to get the color right. It's like a emerald green. They're gorgeous. And have some neat seaming, oh, I'm very excited about this. So those just need light alterations. All right, everything else here is going to be heavily altered. So I'll go through or use as scraps. I found a ton of leather. I mean, it was like jackpot for leather. I found these leather pants, and I'm actually not going to keep these. So these are like a go to your natural waist. They have a side zip, invisible, like a heavy duty invisible zip. They are black leather pants. They hit right at the ankle. I can get them on and zipped up to my hips, and then I hit my waist and it's a no-go. Which is not surprising. My waist is usually a couple sizes bigger, like my natural waist, than what my hip size is, because my waist to hip ratio is so small, which is why pants that hit me in my natural waist I almost always have to make. But they're just amazing. Now the seam is split in the back a little bit here, but it literally just, it's a pop seam. Like I can go in and fix that lickety split. But I'm not gonna keep these because they don't fit me. So I'm gonna let my friend Jenny try them on, and if they don't fit her, I'm gonna either gift them to my sister, or there's a teenager, a sister on my son's soccer team that was talking about leather pants. She's a junior in high school. I think she could totally rock a pair of skinny black pants. So I may be gifting them to her as well. So we'll see who they end up fitting, and I will fix them before I pass them along to anybody. But I mean, they remind me of the pants that Sandy wears in Grease at the very end. Although I think I've heard stories where she was literally sewn into those pants. They're not that tight, but they are a tight black leather pant, and they're amazing, and I'm very sad they don't fit me. But I mean, I could make myself a pair if I really, really want a pair of leather pants. And they're fully lined. It reminds me of that episode from Friends when Ross gets stuck in his leather pants. Sorry, if you've never watched Friends, it's not going to make sense, but... All right, so this is a dress that my daughter saw and loved the fabric on. And I think it's homemade. I think that this is a homemade dress. Now, it's a very busy fabric, but she loved it. She loved the fabric. She loved the floaty sleeves. I'm 99% sure this is a homemade dress. The stitching's coming out in a few places, which of course I could fix. Yeah, the facing is kind of tacked down in places, but she wanted me to hack this into kind of, I say a crop top, but really, she doesn't really do crop tops, but like a short top that she can wear over high-waisted jeans. So it'd be real loose and flowy. Because again, she just loved the fabric. She loved the gray and the yellow and the psychedelic print. So, anytime she asks me to sew and actually has requests, I usually jump at it. So yes, this is gonna be hacked from a dress into just a top. And it'll be a real loose fitting kind of boxy top on her. Okay, this, always go to the men's section when you're thrifting. I found this cashmere sweater, and it's a men's, size extra large. It's totally been washed. Some man, and it's chocolate brown, put this into the washing machine and it's felted a little bit. But it's not bobbly, and it feels like heaven. But I'm sure it shrunk. I'm sure that it's not the size that it once was. And I'm totally just gonna refashion this into a sweater for myself. So I am gonna put it on. I'm gonna try and salvage as much as I can. Maybe just use a t-shirt pattern and make it, I may even just leave the V-neck and really just reshape the shoulders and the body and then reattach the sleeves once I've shortened them. And I might try and leave the original cuffs, that are actually knitted on. So shorten the sleeve from the sleeve cap, actually. But I'll just lay a pattern piece on there and figure that out. See, I'm thinking about this. Which is a little tricky because I want to leave the sleeve in the round, but it's not impossible because that's also actually an alteration when you're just moving the sleeve pattern down and then you just trace one side, flip it over, trace the other side with chalk or a marker or whatever, and then you just cut the new sleeve cap and insert it. And again, knit's always real flexible. But I kind of want to try and keep that V-neck. But again, it's chocolate brown, which is what I am obsessing over right now, and it's cashmere, 100% cashmere. So always, always. And I've been looking it over and I don't see any moth holes. So I really think that some guy just put it into the washing machine and or dryer, and then it shrunk, because that's what happens with wool and cashmere when you wash it. See, someone's mother, wife, girlfriend bought them that, probably thinking, oh, I'm gonna get him a nice cashmere sweater, and then he did some stupid move, and there you go. All right, as we were getting ready to check out, I came across these two tops. Now, these are both women's size 2X, but they are the nicest knit. So it's a rib knit, but it is such a nice, beefy knit. And again, I think I'm just gonna reshape these a little bit. I would like to leave, I mean, it's got a nice facing, but it's like a nice cover stitched, real nice facing. And then they've got these bottom bands of contrasting fabric, and I love the idea of using those. So maybe just shortening them. I mean, it would be very boxy, but I think I could just shape it a little bit. So there was two. There was one in this colorway and one in this colorway. And these might be more suitable for, and they still have the tags on them. Might be more suitable as the weather gets warmer, so I may not touch these for a little while, but the knit was just such a nice, beefy, quality knit that I just couldn't turn them. I just had to grab them. And again, they both still had tags on them. I think someone bought them on clearance. They had like clearance tags on them, and so I don't know if someone just bought them thinking, oh, that's such a great deal, and then they just didn't look right or fit right. But yeah, they both still had the original tags on them, and again, $1.50 maybe, $1.50, $2, something like that, with the half price. All right. Next, I got this, it's a 3X skirt, but it is, again, gorgeous, gorgeous knit. It's a sweater knit. I mean, I want a skirt out of this for myself. It's Florenzi, but it's 100% cotton, but it's just a really beefy cotton knit, and it's in this heathered gray, and it's a, I would say, midi to maxi length skirt, probably midi. Well, maxi probably on me, but midi for maybe most normal height people. But the knit is so gorgeous on this that I went ahead and grabbed it. So I may just make myself, cut it down to my size and then make myself a knit skirt out of this, like the Megan Nielsen Axel. just because it's just gorgeous and it would be so warm. Or I just bought, oh, I'll show you guys that too. This is gonna be a very chatty video. I had to go to Joann's for just some crafting stuff for my kids. We're doing a Christmas craft project for a Minerva Crafts make, and so I had to buy some things. But I bought 3 patterns. I'll show you those too. Anyway, one of those might work with that knit. All right, I have been searching for a denim jumper forever. I found one. Okay, it is just a pinafore style jumper. It's got the buttons down the side, the big pockets in front. I mean, it goes down to my ankles. It probably wouldn't on a normal height person, but I want to wear this over turtlenecks, but I'm gonna cut it off very close underneath the pockets here, because it's pretty shapeless, but I think cut short enough, you know, like mid-thigh, it would be so cute over colored tights for the winter with like some booties, and you could put turtlenecks underneath it or button downs underneath it. I just think this is so cute, and I've been looking for something like this, and it's got the cute little button detail on the side, and I may even change those out for something. I mean, they're fine buttons. Actually, some of them need to be reattached. You can tell this has been well worn, but I mean, it's a denim pinafore dress, and my friend Jenny looked at me like I was crazy and told me I was gonna look like what we remember kindergarten teachers used to look like back in the 80s. She's like, you need a fabric necklace for it. But I'm like, nope, you just wait. This is gonna be updated and you're gonna be jealous of my denim jumper. I bought a denim skirt not that long ago that has pleats in the front, and she was like, no, you cannot buy that. I mean, it's at a very dumpy length on me right now, but I'm like, no, I promise. Anyway, I sent her a trending style report online about how pleated denim was back in. So anyway. Okay, last 2 items. This skirt, no matter how much I wish it would, does not fit me. But it is leather. Again, I hit it out of the ballpark. But it's got some really cool seaming, and it's got snaps all the way down the back. It just doesn't fit me. It's too small. Like, really too small. But I think, and it's looking pretty worn in places. You know, it's a light colored leather, so this one was clearly worn and loved. So I think that, I mean, it's real leather, so I think I'm just gonna salvage this for parts, and I think maybe a belt bag might be coming out of this beauty of a skirt. So this one I bought for parts. When I bought it, I knew it wouldn't fit. But again, I mean, it's gonna cost you a small fortune to have this cleaned, so I thought I will just cut around some of the stained marks and stuff on this and go from there. But yeah, maybe, I don't know if I could reuse that waistband, because I do like the snaps on it, or even if it's worth it. But anyway, I liked the color. Just a nice soft tan. I think that would be great for bag making that I want to do, and for whatever I paid, $2.50, $2. I think that's fantastic for leather, which is also why I bought this. This color of leather really grabbed me. This is a men's coat. What did I pay for this? Okay, $5 I paid for this. I don't even know what size of men's coat this is. Yeah, I don't even see a tag in it, so I don't know. It's weird, there's no tag. But anyway, this leather coat, look at this gorgeous color of brown. And it's a big men's coat. I mean, this sucker has a lot of leather, and it's long. I paid $5 for it. The leather is in fantastic shape, so this is definitely going to be used. And I mean, I might even be able to, you know, like, a lot of times leather jackets have a lot of seams so that you can, you know, fit pieces around leather and imperfections in leather. So because there's some sizable pieces here, I might be able to make myself a leather jacket out of this fairly easily. I mean, there's a welt pocket in the front that I won't be able to work around, but I don't know. I may play around with that. If not, it's going to become a belt bag, but I just loved this color. It's like a cognac color of leather. Oh my gosh. And it's buttery. I mean, and it's in great condition. It smells good. I mean, this is a nice, yeah, this is nice stuff. Found buttonholes. I mean, maybe someone made this. See, that's where I start like doubting myself. Like this may, because it doesn't have a tag in it. Or a place where it looks like a tag was cut out. So I don't know, but it's gorgeous. And I am going to repurpose the leather because there's no way I could alter this to fit me. So that is that. All right, that's my thrift haul. So again, with everything that I bought for my daughter and all of that stuff, I didn't count the pants in those. $60 total, because then I went back and got the green suede pants for an extra $5. So $60 total on all of that stuff. And I got 2 silk neckties, which are somewhere. One for my husband because it's in our high school's colors. It's a royal blue with a yellow dot on it, which is also my son's traveling team colors. So I told him, like, you need this in your, it was in fantastic shape, silk tie. I said, you need this in your tie stash because you never know, you know, if either of them do high school sports or whatever, if there's some banquet we have to go to. Like, it's fantastic team spirit. So, and actually it's a really good color on my husband. So he kept that one as an actual necktie, and then I got a really cool one that had a lot of colors on it for bias binding. But I really only found one that I walked away with. In all honesty, my tie stash is pretty fat right now for bias binding. So I just grabbed that one because I couldn't say no. And it was only 50 cents on half price day. So I also, again, I bought 3 new patterns, and I'll show you those real quick. They were not having any great pattern sales at Joann's, so I just grabbed one See and Sew. I love this skirt that she's wearing. It's a knit skirt pattern. They have elasticized waist. Yeah, it's a short one and a longer one, and I may do this to that gray skirt. I think I would have enough fabric to do that. And I mean, I love the way she has it styled with the skinny tall boots and the turtleneck with the big belt. I mean, yes to all of this. And again, it's a See and Sew pattern, so I think these are like $2.99 a piece. And then I got 2 new look patterns, which are like $3.99 a piece. I love these cropped pants that she's wearing. This is, oh, hold on. These are the display numbers. So this is new look 6643. This one's actually new look 6643. But I love those pants. And I can't tell if that's a functioning fly, but it also has a skirt in there. I mean, they just look like nice, easy pants to make in a cotton twill. And then I also got this new look pattern, which is actually new look 6597. And it's this knit dress. And I just thought that is, I mean, just the options are really nice. Very simple. But I thought for myself and for my daughter, because she likes to wear knit dresses in the winter, I'm really drawn to this A with the long sleeves for the season that we're going into. But there's a lot of great options there. And that's a good style on both of us. And then this See and Sew is B6578, this other one that I showed you. So those are the 3 patterns I grabbed when I was at Joann's, which I was actually there waiting on my daughter to finish golf. So that's my life now. I spend a lot of time in the car. I'm gonna get a sweater knit this fall, I think, just with car knitting. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys today. I'm sorry this has turned into a rather lengthy video, but again, I'm so glad that I'm doing it so this can go up to you guys on Friday. On Tuesday, I should have my jacket finished for you so I can show you that for my module, and then the following Tuesday, I'll do the full lookbook of my most recent module. Before I go, I have a question for you all. I have been thinking a lot about my schedule here on YouTube, and I find posting twice a week very easy to do, but I know there's been a lot of requests for more sew-alongs. However, my tutorial videos and my sew-along videos don't typically do as well as videos like this, which is fine. I'm not in it completely for the dollar. I mean, the channel is, my camera cut me off. The channel is trying to replace some income that I was bringing in last year, and I will be very apparent and very crystal clear about that anytime that I have taken gifts from companies or that I'm making money off of links or off of anything, commission off of anything. But I would like to offer some sew-alongs. I think that they're a lot of fun. And I noticed Lindsay at the Hemline has started doing, I think she's calling it Sew-Along Saturday. So basically it's just another day, but you know, her sew-alongs, it takes her all month to get through whatever the garment is, and then that just pops up on Saturdays. So I thought that might be something that would be fun to do. And I think, you know, moving forward, I talked a little bit about the algorithm and that kind of thing, but if I started posting regularly 3 times a week, then we won't have an issue, that would be fine. And again, I'm pushing all that aside. I mean, I want to be business savvy with everything I do on this channel, but I'm just kind of trying to trust in him and have faith and that kind of thing. But I thought maybe if we could switch more to like a pattern a quarter, and each quarter I could do a different pattern, and then it would be 1 month in that quarter that, I don't know, I'll pick a day of the week. I could do Saturdays, I guess, totally copy off Lindsay. Or I could do, you know, maybe a Wednesday or a Sunday even they could go up, because I can schedule them to go up whatever day. And then just have 1 whole month of going through a certain pattern. Or if it's like a coat pattern, for instance, that may take like a month and a half's worth of Sundays or whatever to go up. So let me know if that's something that would interest you. And then again, I would have the tutorial videos that would be in those sew-alongs. So if that's something that would interest you, that might be something fantastic as I go forward in trying to organize and plan out the channel a little better. Okay, this is a very lengthy video. I'm sorry, I jabbered on and on and on. There'll be a ton of stuff in the description box. Hit subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss anything. Give me a thumbs up if you like listening to me blabber. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a good weekend. Bye.